at the Hallmark Channel, we really want to branch out, to try new things. So we were thinking this season doing Firefighters in Love.
Too dangerous.
Pilots in Love.
Too expensive.
Actuaries in Love.
That's not a thing.
No, it is. It's a thing.
What is that?
Well, it's like in insurance. Oh, never mind. Butlers in Love?
That's it. You've done it.
Really? I knew it. I knew it. This is it. This is the big one. It's gonna be a hit.
Hey guys, it's Bea. Welcome to my channel, and today we are talking all things Butlers in Love. It is a rainy February. My 5-year-old is doing some OT right now, so I'm back in the van again doing this video, so I apologize. We all know the phrase, don't judge a book by its cover, but I think I just also learned, don't judge a Hallmark movie by its title. When I first heard that there was going to be a movie called Butlers in Love, I assumed it was going to be the Beverly Hills Wedding of 2022. And I have to say, it was better than I thought it would be. You can basically sum it up like this. A young-ish woman named Emma pursues her dream of becoming a butler. She's finally accepted into the Butler Academy of her dreams, the American Butler Academy. It was funny, I thought that cannot possibly be a thing. And it's not, but there is an American Butler School, which I thought was kind of interesting. I looked that up online, it's kind of neat. In any case, she makes it into the American Butler Academy, and quickly we discover Henry, who is incredibly handsome but also extremely obnoxious and ruins basically everything she does for a while. She meets with Mr. Willoughby, who is the very attractive director of the school. Many of you may recognize him from Grease 2, which, oh my gosh, he was so cute back then too. Can we get this guy in some movies and make him the love interest of some of the older ladies? I would absolutely be for that. In any case, at one point Emma and Mr. Willoughby are talking about her performance in the school, and she just says, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. Lady, the reason you're having so much trouble is Henry. He is doing everything he can to basically ruin you at every single point. Now, having said that, it takes a turn. I was really surprised. They start growing closer, but kiss interrupted at one point. She decides not to kiss him because she doesn't want the distractions. So they all graduate from the academy. Emma gets her dream job and discovers that she doesn't actually like butling. Henry also graduates and decides to tell his parents that he is never going to be a butler, that he is definitely going to be a chef, which makes his father very unhappy but makes his mother proud. Emma runs into him as she is quitting her job as a butler, and she is along the road. He meets her and they share a great kiss. They decide to work in a hotel together. She is doing some sort of concierge service, I believe, and he is a chef in a hotel. They get what they want, which is each other, but basically the gist of the movie is don't become a butler. I have to ask, because this is a January movie, did this give us our winter wishes? And there were some bare trees, but beyond that, really nothing wintry about it. There were also some nice fireplace scenes, although I never actually saw a fireplace. I think they used special lighting. I don't know, but it looked cozy. So very little on the winter wishes end. So let's talk about the rom and the rom-com, the romance. I could not get over the chemistry between Corey Cott and Stacey Farber. It was like they've known each other forever. The connection that you feel. That scene where she's cleaning the wine off his sweater was an intimate scene. You felt the connection, you felt the chemistry. It was really incredible. I really loved that scene a lot. I was impressed because up until that point, I basically really detested that gorgeous, gorgeous man. But no, I thought that was wonderful. They have several scenes that are just them together, like cooking. It was romantic just because of the chemistry and the connection they shared. They need to do more together, for certain. I mean, they were electric together. I really felt that. I was disappointed, however, when she decided not to kiss him. She said it would have been a distraction, so that was unfortunate. Then he makes her this beautiful dinner outside with beautiful lights. That was super romantic. And the end was honestly really romantic. I loved how they had a kissing scene in the road as you realize they're both gonna pursue new dreams that involve each other, which I thought was super romantic. And then they really did a cool thing where they switched to them kissing in a hotel. So you see them in their new lives and they're also together. And yeah, so now they're pursuing their dreams and they're together. So I thought it was pretty romantic. Let's talk about the calm in the rom-com, the cringe hormone, as I like to pretend. There were quite a few things. In the beginning, you see Emma as a young girl watching Plumshire Manor, which is basically Downton Abbey. And I have to say, if that show is really like Downton Abbey, that poor child has no business watching that show. Because I don't think that show, at least Downton Abbey, was not appropriate for children. Maybe Plumshire Manor was, but the unfortunate thing about that, as you realize later on, while Emma and Henry are having a cozy moment on her bed watching Plumshire Abbey, see, there I did it, Plumshire Manor. See, I'm even trying to turn it into Downton Abbey right now. But Henry points out that it's totally unrealistic, and basically she has based all of her dreams up to this point on a television show that she fell in love with as a child. And that is so terrible. You really can't do that. I mean, someone needs to say, this is not realistic. This is not how to base your life choices. But how many of us have probably done that? You know, I had friends that became or wanted to become pilots because of Top Gun, for example, and I'm sure the list goes on and on. That was unfortunate. Another thing that was kind of funny about this movie is I feel like it would work better if they were younger, like if they were in college or like just out of college, or maybe they weren't going to do college, but they went straight from high school to the Butler Academy. And the reason I say that is because they talk about their parents so much and their parents' expectations. And I feel like when you're in your, what were they, like late 20s, early 30s, maybe they don't have to be quite so impacted by their parents' wishes. It was a cute show though about going to school, and it's different, right? Also, I didn't really get why Henry was at that school since he basically knew everything anyway. I just wondered if he could get exempt, and he knew about so many other schools. I don't know if he could have I think he said he flunked out of other schools or he quit other schools. So I guess he just kept trying, but it just seemed kind of silly that he was even there. So let's talk about the rating. This was a tricky one because at first I thought this movie's gonna be terrible. And then I was like, oh, I'm really feeling this movie. Like when they were once he got past the obnoxious parts and they were working together and you saw all this chemistry and it was just wonderful. And then it started to fall apart for me a little bit towards the end when she decided, oh, I don't really wanna do this. And he was like, I don't want to be a butler either. Like, nobody likes butling, apparently, in this movie. Yeah, and also the fact that he was just so railing against his parents and just felt sort of unnecessary. I don't know. I wasn't as keen on it by the end. I did like how Henry grew, and once he exposed his soft underbelly to Emma, so to speak, you really got a sense of what a great guy he was. And but he did do the bad boy thing quite well early on. And I love Mr. Willoughby. I liked the other students in the school. I thought that was cute. I mean, I would be all for them doing more like, let's go to a school to learn things and make friends with new people. And I thought that was cute. They could do that kind of thing again, and I would absolutely watch that. I love that Hallmark was branching out and trying something different as opposed to, you know, a lot of the same plots that we see. I don't remember ever seeing something like this. So the closest I can think of is one of my favorite movies, which is All for Love, where she goes to like the SEAL Mini Buds boot camp, the training camp. That's a great movie, by the way. If you can watch it, if you haven't seen it, All for Love, such a good one. I would say I really enjoyed this movie. The plot was a little here and there for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie 3 snowflakes. So now it's time for the ranking. You guys have probably already figured out what it's gonna be. So number 1 is The Perfect Pairing. Number 2 is Still Where Your Heart Belongs. I'm gonna knock Don't Forget I Love You down to number 4. It's gonna be at the bottom, and now our new number 3 is Butlers in Love. Well, who's ready for Loveuary? I know I am. I've got some content here if you're interested. Because this is the last New Year, New Movies, January movie, I'm gonna say stay warm, cozy, and because it's raining so hard here right now, I'm also gonna add dry. Looking forward to seeing you guys in Loveuary. Take care, bye.